All right. Hold up. Yeah, all right. Hey, welcome back, chat. Welcome back. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was sitting there vibing to the little to the intro. I was sitting there like, man, it's a cool little vibe. Remind me of them jazz bars. If you go to a smooth jazz bar, some what you call that thing? Some instruments, and you just back and you just for those my wine drinkers, you sipping your wine. Shout out to all my bourbon drinkers, old fashions. But nonetheless, if you didn't already, let me go back. Man, I was just vibing to that, man. So I like that vibe. It's just real player, real smooth. Kind of represents the podcast, player and smooth. Yeah, but nah. So the title of today's class, a shout out to those that watched the first episode and the second episode. Why men are not shredded or something like that. Can't remember the exact title, text of the title, but the second one was talking about me getting ready to pursue my AI degree in AI marketing and design. And for those that are interested in AI, interested in marketing and design, what the new industry is going to get ready to move into, check that channel or check that episode out. I am talking about getting ready to be to the introduction of that. But as this page grow, as I continue through school, I'm going to document everything, all the equipment I use, all the systems, the softwares, the programs, the everything, you name it. Whatever the latest is being taught in the school about AI and marketing and design, you definitely gonna want to check it out because I'm gonna be dropping some more good content for that. So make sure y'all check that out, man. But nonetheless, welcome back. It's your boy Spaceman Physique, aka Spaceman the Astronaut Physique. Man, we building our physique to be better than this on the earth. That's what we all working on. We on a road to 80, trying to stay fit to 80. Longevity is the key. It's to taking us to our ultimate goal, which we ain't shooting for no 30-day, 60-day, 90-day program. We shooting for 80 years strong. So if you're going to be locked in with me for 80 years strong, hey, go ahead, hit subscribe, hit like, follow the pages. I'm going to probably post them up here too. So follow up the pages. My Instagram fitness page, which is Spaceman Physique 9800. Then I also got all my other BTG Bridge the Gap. Shout out to the Bridge the Gap, man. Yeah, I had to show that up, man. I be trying to pull up the chair a little bit, but man, I just like to sit low. So I apologize if y'all can't see the logo. But I don't know. I just like to sit. I'm like the intro, just cool, chill vibe. I'm just vibing right now, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shout out to everybody showing me mad love. Like I said before on the previous channels or previous episodes, we got some great people lined up. I'm talking about great people, some that I grew up with, some that I grew with through my life with, to bring us some great content, some great information. Like I said, the title, the name of the channel, Bridge the Gap. What ultimately, let me explain it. So I don't think I ever explained that, right? Why did I choose Bridge the Gap? But then we go get into the topic, but it just hit me. It just dawned on me. Why did I choose Bridge the Gap? Well, story time. Y'all ready? Y'all want to hear it? Here we go. All right. So I don't know. It was one day I was in the gym. And I was listening, like I told everybody that listened to my first episode, I listened to a lot of podcasts, little so on and so forth, fitness stuff and everything else, right? So I'm like, man, I listened to a lot of different things. I'm like, man, it'd be great if someone could bridge all this stuff together. And then and it came to me, I'm like, yeah, man, it'd be bridge the gap. And it was like 6 months, 8 months ago, but that title or that name was stuck in my head, like bridge the gap, bridge the gap, bridge the gap. I never thought like, oh, you start a podcast called Bridge the Gap, but it just never dawned on me. And so I was like, man, I might have used that for something. And for those that known me for quite some time, some years or whatever, you would have known that I started a clothing line or was in the process of starting a clothing line. And then from unseen circumstances, all my stuff got burned up in the fire. So it kind of dialed down. But nonetheless, for those that know, so I always had this business mind driven. Like I want to start and own a business, start and own something with my name attached to it. It didn't have to be a Coca-Cola, a Sprite. I wasn't seeking for things like that, but just something to know that I did my footwork to learn the process of how that thing started. So that's what I did when a couple years ago, back when I started that clothing line. I'm still thinking about bringing it back though. For those that know, some of y'all still got the attire, and I had people hit me up like, "Hey man, I still got the attire." I'm like, "Yeah, man, we gonna bring that thing back." I'm like, "Yo, let me see the hat. Let me see the yeah." But nah, I would get all excited. But man, shout out to y'all that been around day one. Y'all seen all this. So, but nonetheless, bridge the gap is what I came up with. And I said, man, that'd be a great business name, but what would I do it with? And I thought, man, what better way than to create a podcast? Because I listen to podcasts, I enjoy it. To listening to podcasts, I love enjoying listening to people content that's good. I mean, no hate to anybody else that doing any podcast, but I'm just not into all the drama podcasts. I ain't yelling and going back and forth. I ain't pause. 1 second, dial back. I would never go back and forth and argue with a woman on a camera. I don't know how that's like. That takes, I don't know. To me, that's crazy. I get it, drama, social media, whatever have you. But that just wasn't my thing. I said, man, I want a podcast I could listen to that's cool, that's vibing, that could just be mellowed out. So I was like, man, why don't you do that thing? So I said, man, let me bridge the gap on that, man. So, and now in the avenues into a lot of different things, fitness, careers, education, a lot of things that we seek to do in our life that a lot of times we don't even know how. Like for an example, opening up a business, opening up an LLC. How about we go through through a podcast or through communication with someone that have done those things, and we talk about it and we bring that information to everybody readily available. Not saying there's not somebody out there already doing it, but I figured, hey, that's my stamp. That's what I feel like I want to do. So I want to do all that, man. I'm gonna talk, like I said, I'm gonna talk about a whole bunch of stuff, careers, entertainment, fitness, and we're gonna stay in that genre of things like I like to talk about, right? Oh, hold on, I need to pull it. Yeah, because everybody like, man, that chain fire. Yeah, it is fire. But that thing fire. So I got to show it off every once in a while. I don't really get to wear my jewelry, be at work all the time. But nonetheless, back to the title. That was my brief introduction of a summarize of what bridge the gap means, you know. And also, if you ain't already know, you let me wait, go that way. I got the Oakland Raiders. You hear me? I got the what am I about to say? Golden State. Yeah, Golden State Warrior jerseys. Even these are old jerseys. I had them for a minute, but guess where they from? Oakland. Guess what we known for? The Bay. What the Bay symbol, all the time you see it, when everything about the Bay, some people think, oh, San Francisco, but it's always the bridge. So I was like, bridge the gap. And I'm from the Bay. Man, that go crazy. You feel me? So I was like, I got to jump on that. I had no opportunity. I had to push up on that opportunity to make something happen. You know, shout out to all those that, like I said, from Oakland. Shout out to you people. Y'all my brothers. You already know. You already know from the dirt. But back to the title. Again, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the page. This is Bridge the Gap, your boy Spaceman Physique. All right, so the title that I had put together is You're Not Tired, You're Undisciplined. Now, when people say that, it kind of sounds gimmicky, right? Let's say, oh, everybody says that. Everybody says I'm undisciplined. I am tired. I get it. We all are tired. I'm not talking to you saying that you're not tired or you're undisciplined for that matter. I'm not saying like you're not putting in hard work. Life isn't difficult, because we all know it is, and things happen to make things challenging. So I want y'all to think about it, right? You're tired. When you're tired, you go to the gym, but somehow when you get home from work, you find energy to, let's say, watch Netflix. And you say somebody could say, you know what, that's not really exhausting because I'm just sitting back, kick back, vibing. But that's where discipline lies. That's where discipline lives. It lives in those moments to where you're supposed to be out putting in the work, but you're not because you're sacrificing it for comfort. And if you listen to the first episode, I said you gotta be uncomfortable. Gotta be uncomfortable when you're trying to seek out goals, no matter what it is, whether it be a company, whether it be a business, whether it be a family, the best parents you can. It's uncomfortable. You know how many women that say, "Oh, I'm a single mother, but it's exhausting, but I still gotta I go to work 2 jobs, and I still gotta take my kids to go see to their sports." You know, I still got to take them to go to their dance recitals and so on and so forth. But they've got the discipline instilled in them to do that. So the reason why I say you're not tired, you're just undisciplined, because if you want to find how to make something happen, you will. You will cut out the time. You will cut out the excuses to make it happen. But do we typically do that? No, we don't typically do that. We love to be comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. When I come home, when I come home from work, this is my routine now. I know I cannot sit down on the couch. I can't. I can't lay down on the bed because I come home. Sometimes I'll get in the shower and I go, or sometimes I'll come home. So just let's say I'll come home, get on my bike, and I'll go do my ride, and I go to the gym. Sometimes I come home, shower, then go to the gym. Depends on what day, what I'm doing for that training for that day. But if I don't do those things in that order, I'll sacrifice my discipline for comfort. And what did I mean? As soon as I get comfortable sitting down, then popped open a cold 0 sugar ginger ale strawberry ginger thing. If y'all ain't seen them in the stores, they be like buy 2 get 1 free. I ain't getting sponsored by them, but you could tell them they could sponsor me, man, so we can have some of that. But nonetheless, I pop one of them in and I be chilling. But I know I cannot do that. You know, I turn the TV on, put on a channel or something. I have to go get the work done first. Once I get that out the way, I'm like, okay, I did what I was supposed to do. Now that I have that done, I have plethora of time and hours left over that I can use to be comfortable, relax, watch TV. And I don't really watch TV. I let it play. Nowadays, I guess I'm old now. My grandma used to say, shout out to my grandma, rest in peace her soul. My grandma used to say to me, the TV watching me or stuff like that. I used to sit with my grandma all the time. I love my grandma. For those that don't know, everybody that had grandmas, I know how y'all feel about your grandma. If y'all feel about your grandma the way I felt about mine, I understand. But my granny used to tell me, baby, this TV watching me. Yeah, that's how I do me now. TV be watching me. So I don't even be watching TV really that much. I couldn't tell you. Unless it's Rick and Morty, I'm on that. I'm locked in on Rick and Morty, and I'm locked in on Invincible. And we're going to talk about those 2 shows too, because they're my favorite shows. But those shows I love, you know, it's kind of like my entertainment because I don't really pay attention to all that. What you call it? Drama stuff. I can't watch that. It pisses me off because I'm like, how are these people this stupid? And I'm not saying they stupid, but their actions and behaviors present them as stupid. They could be very intelligent people, but their actions and their behaviors present them as stupid. But done with my rant, right? A lot of people say I'm too exhausted, I'm too tired to do a meal prep. The easiest thing, what I found, and it was more satiating for me to deal with. I used to do meal preps, right? 7 days a week. I'll start on Sunday. I'll make all my meals for the week and I'll be good. But this is where I kind of fall back a little bit off the meal prep. If you want to do it that way, that's perfectly fine. I've done it for years. It was no problem. And it helped me be disciplined in my training, right? And in my eating habits. But what I found, I started to get bored of it. And then I realized, why am I getting bored of this food? But I can start eating it again from Monday to Tuesday. But by the time Wednesday, Thursday, Friday gets here, I don't want it. I realized two things. It's not fresh. I like my food fresh. I want to taste it like it come right out the oven, like every single time. Like I don't want it be warmed up in a microwave to make me stick to my diet, stick to my discipline, stick to my guns. It's not going to work for me. I need it to be fresh. That's how I like my food when it's cooked for me. So what I started to do is I stopped meal prepping. I'll cook my food the day of, the morning of, or at work. So before I used to bring my we had a little heater. We call it a little the not microwave ovens, but little easy bake ovens, but grown folk ones. You know what I'm talking about, the toaster ovens, and you could cook real food in it. So we got doing them at my job. So I don't use it no more, but I used to, and I used to season up my meat at home, get to work, got my foil, throw it in the oven, got the whole job smelling good. They used to be like, man, what you cooking today? Steak, salmon? It smell good back here. I'm like, yeah, I got to eat fresh. Like for me, in order to me to stick to my diet. And it was so easy for me to do that. So if you do have that availability, I would suggest take that into your routine to see if it works or help you with locking in on your discipline, because that helped me a lot, and it helped me push through months, because it was like, it's easy. Like I'm just cooking my food fresh chicken, fresh turkey, fresh what we call steak. I was good to go. And I never, and then the second thing was, you're not discipline to your diet is because you're not, like I said, we're not prepping. So if you're not prepping or you don't have something set up for you to succeed, you're going to fail, or you're going to be like, oh, it's too exhausting to prep. I got to cook all this food at the same time. Break it up. My mom used to tell me this one thing. And I remember she told me this because when I was young, I want stuff now. Like I see where I'm supposed to be at in life. It's how I used to think when I was young. And I want it now. Like, damn, I need it now, 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 now. She told me one day, I was talking with her years ago, and she said, baby, how you eat an elephant? And I'm sitting there like, because my mind, I'm young. I'm like, what are you talking about? This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I was like, I don't know. She said, think about it. Well, how you eat an elephant? I'm like, I don't know. What are you talking about? She said, piece by piece. It's a big portion. You have to take it piece by piece. There's no way you're going to eat a full elephant all at once. It's going to be piece by piece. Sometimes you're going to get full. You got to take a break. You got to digest the food. You got to eat the food. You got to store it. It's not going to take you one day to eat it all. So when she told me that, and I don't think I ever told her this, but when she told me that locked me in just life in general. Cause I was like, I can't be so impatient for things that I want in life, because time has to happen. Right? Time has to continue to go. And one thing my drill sergeant told me, it was my recruiter when I joined the military. And he told me, are you worried about, when I was going to basic training? He said, you worried about basic training? I said, I'm a little bit, I just don't know what to expect. And he said, I'm going to tell you, it's the biggest secret about basic training. I said, what's the biggest secret about basic training? He said, the drill sergeants cannot stop time. And I said, what do you mean? He said, regardless, you have a date, that's your graduation date. No matter what they put you through, that date is going to come. Your drill sergeant cannot stop time. And it hit me that day. Like, you're right. They can't. So you can only work me out for so many hours before you have to let me eat, before you have to let me go to sleep, right? But you can't stop time. So regardless, this time is going to happen. And that I correlated that to my life as well. That's why I like this title. You're not tired. You're undisciplined. The reason being you're undisciplined is because you don't know how to piece by piece take your time and start building those small building blocks to help you build better discipline in your life, and not in fitness, maybe possibly in your career, maybe possibly in your family. But we have to learn to take our time whenever we're trying to seek out new adventures that we haven't even crossed those paths yet. A lot of us trying to get fit, right? Fitness is one of the easiest, hardest things to accomplish. Once you, I remember playing, what's that called? Xbox. And I don't know if y'all remember, I'm probably dating myself. This is the first Xbox. When you used to, with the little controller. My brother had an Xbox. I had a PS4, but we used to swap. So we had the best of both worlds. So we play on each other's systems. But as you play on the Xbox, you get achievements. Anybody unlocked achievement as you continue to progress. Same way you have to look at it whenever you're looking at your diet and you're looking at your training. You may not be where you want to be. You see the full picture of your fitness goal, right? Or your fitness physique, but you may need to achieve a fourth of it. And that part, and then to get to the next 4, you might have to do a little bit more to get there, but it's going to require what? A little bit more discipline. That's where we have to start. We have to start stop prioritizing our comfort, and because comfort kills our potential. The military taught me something years ago. Mission first, feelings later, and nobody asks, how you felt. No one asks when you finish basic training, how did that feel? You think about it. When let's say for those that wasn't in the military, when you get your degree, how did it feel once you accomplished that? How many times have someone gave us that challenging question, and we had that dialogue together about how it felt going through school? Everybody say once you get your degree, congratulations, you did it. And you say, yeah, it was hard, it wasn't easy, but no one asks you, how did it feel? How did it felt? What did you experience? What did you go through? You have to always think about those little things and nuances that happen in life. We have to take those things and realize what caused us to achieve it, what caused us to go through it. And when you narrow it down, a lot of it boiled down to discipline. Have you ever done something in your life and you realize, like, how did I get that accomplished, man? Like, I wish I had the drive I had when I was 20 years old, because I could go out and go do anything. I wish I was, I hear this all the time. A lot of my coworkers or people I know say, man, you look good. How old are you? And I'm like, I'm 35. What? 35? You look 25. You look 28. That's why you got energy to do everything you do. No, it's really not. I was fat too. Y'all wasn't telling me that when I was fat. Yeah, y'all wasn't telling me none of that when I was fat. But once I lost the weight and I got disciplined, it started to be like, okay, there's no way he's tired. Like, he has all this energy. No, I'm tired. Trust me. I get tired too. The mission just does not stop, right? So I want to pull up this. Give me 1 second. I queued up this photo because I want to make sure I get it. Let's pull it up. I read this on TikTok. Not TikTok, was it? I be getting these social medias confused, so forgive me. I do not really deal with social media, so if you hear me like, what's that thing called? What's that thing? Because I really don't be playing on that thing. I post, every once in a blue moon. I post all the time, a whole bunch of funny and crazy shit, fitness stuff. But other than that, I just really don't be like dived into it. That's really not my thing. So I'll be forgetting what program or what app, whatever it is that I find these things on. Nonetheless, I digress. But I pulled this up on Instagram, and I can't remember who this was that posted it. If you're watching and you're like, hey, man, you're stealing my content. I did that. You didn't even at me. I be seeing people saying that like, bro, I didn't know. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm atting you now. This is your at. So if you see your name, comment. Say, hey, that's my at. So I'm atting you. But no, it says, your body will become a priority one day, whether it's by choice or consequences. Look, we all got that. I seen this this dude, he was ranting. I forget his name. He's a popular guy, but he said, I know one thing about you that's going to happen that you know as well, is that you're going to die one day. And I was like, yeah, we're all going to die one day. So when I read this, I says, whether it's by choice or consequences. So your body will become a priority to you, whether you about to die or whether you lived a long life to sustain you to be on this earth longer, right? So you have a choice. You choose how you die, or it'll be from the consequences on which you done throughout the course of your life that will cause you to die. So when I read this, when I read stuff, I start thinking deeper. I just don't read it. I don't really read stuff at face value. I kind of think as I kind of pin it to my life and then things that I'm doing in my life. So what does this really mean? What is the deeper context of this? Is it just talking about, okay, if I don't work out? No, like a lot of things. If you don't prioritize your body, your mind, the things you eat, right? If you don't put those things first, there's nothing else you can do after that. It's going to hinder you from your ability to grow a business, hinder you from your ability to deal with your, let's say you got a spouse, right? Men, you get unhealthy, you get fat, your stomach hanging over, and you can't even look downstairs and see. Come on, man. Let me backpedal because I want to go off. But that when I read that quote, it hit me. It's like, so we all have that choice that's been given to us. You can either choose to make the right decision to live longer, or you can choose the wrong decisions and suffer the consequences. Is it really worth going out to the club every single weekend and getting drunk and blacked out? Is it really worth it at the end of the day? Is it going to tear down my liver that long? Is me eating Popeyes really that important for me to have every day? My kids eating Popeyes at 1 year old, like destroying their lives, their diet. Can I really not put a diet plan together? Can I really not put what you call that thing, a training plan together? We have to figure out what's more important than us and really figure out, are we being lazy? Are we using being tired as an excuse? Or are we really trying to establish how we have discipline set in our lives so that way we can form pretty much new set goals for ourselves? Because I'm going to tell you, once you get locked into whatever fitness and whatever in shape you want to be, that goal changes. People say, oh, as I got fit, I got body dysmorphia. And I used to be like, I didn't really pay attention to that, but it's true. And not in a, some people get it in a very bad way. I don't know. So in the Army, we had something called resiliency training. It was like, it's like the lesser, pretty much, I'm going to summarize, the lesser best of worst evils, however you say it. So you have the least possible thing that could happen and the very high possible thing. Like, okay, let's say if I played a lotto, I'm gonna be a millionaire tomorrow. Yes. Or let's say I played a lottery and I lose all my money and now my family's dead. Like, why is it two lesser extremes, right? So it's just the very minimum. I can't remember how it goes. But nonetheless, a lot of times we have to start figuring out how we're going to lock in our discipline so that way it can help elevate us to the next level. And part of that is realizing what it is that's in place that is taking up our time. Is it the phone? Is it the TV? Is it the food? Because a lot of times we eat, or not we, I'm going to stop saying we, y'all be eating that damn all the worst food to where the point where you say, oh man, I got the itis, I got to go to sleep. I have never since been eating as clean as I have and been on a good diet plan, been like, oh, this is just too much. I got the itis. Let me go to sleep. Now, if I have a real high carb day and I'm eating grits, potatoes, pancakes, rice, and go to the gym real hard. Oh yeah, man, I'm gonna get some good sleep. I'm gonna be like, I'm knocked out, but not like, oh, I'm stuffed, my stomach full, I'm about to pass out and pop. I don't eat like that, like that no more, because that stuff destroys. It'll destroy you in the long game, right? So the gym taught me this, right? This is what discipline is going to do. What needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. And that's the whole premises of our summarization of what I was saying through this whole last 30 minutes. Like, discipline is going to be the thing that's going to push you even when you don't feel like doing it. And I made reference to this when on my first episode. Sometimes I get so tired. I'm talking about so tired from training, eating the right foods, exhausted from work, because we know life is hard. We know you're tired from dealing with the crazy people at the job. And now you got to go put your time in to separate yourself and do things you have to do for your own physical health. So you're exhausted. But when I get to the gym, I'm so exhausted. But the discipline, drives me to the gym, so that way I can get the workout in. That's the biggest picture. You have to have the discipline to just get there. Remember, we used to say, just walk through the door and move some shit. Excuse me, sorry, and just move some stuff, right? We gotta just walk to the gym, just go in there and do some stuff. Some days, right? Remember, we're always trying to be intentional with what we're doing, especially if we're trying to build muscle. But some days, it's not even about, like, every day there ain't a perfect day. Every day the sun not shining. Every day the sun is rain. Every day it's not raining, right? I'm down here in Florida, so it rain whenever you don't expect it to damn rain. I'm talking about today. It was hot. Sun was out. I'm like, whoo, soon as getting ready to get off. Storming raining. I'm like, what? So now it's hot, humid, and muggy, and you're like, I gotta go run in this. Yeah, I gotta go ride my bike in this. That's what discipline to build. That's where discipline resides in those environments. And it was crazy. This is something that locked me in. I said, if I don't get a day where life is like that while I'm training, I'm not getting pushed for my discipline. It's been times where I bought range pants and jacket just because I know it does that in Florida, right? And I'll get on my bike and I'll put it on and I'll be in the rain getting it in. That's where discipline lies in. Now I'm not saying don't go out there in no damn hurricane storm and be like, hey man, spaceman said get in the hurricane. No, I did it. I did not say that. So don't do nothing crazy like that. I see the video of somebody running in the damn hurricane. But Floridians are crazy. They'll do some crazy stuff like that. Right? They'll go run out in the rain in the hurricane, jump in the water that's swimming up from the sewer. Oh, I ain't doing all that. I ain't that locked in. I ain't that disciplined to be doing that. But if it's just raining, get you a rain suit. Get on the bike, go. Get you a rain suit. You may not could run real fast if you like to enjoy running, but go for a brisk walk. It ain't got to be a mile. Go for a half a mile just to show yourself, like, regardless of what the elements threw at me, I still relied on my discipline to get the job done. It ain't got to be the same distance that you usually go, because sometimes when you go into the gym, it ain't the same intensity that you go to every single day. Sometimes it's a little bit less, sometimes it's not a little bit more. So that's what you have to do to dial in the diet, everything. Even when I started to look up, so my training, what I do when I train in a sort of a way like bodybuilders. One thing I know when it comes time to evaluate and seek out information, like if I wanted to find someone that could teach me about financial literacy, where am I going to go? Someone like an accountant, a financial advisor, someone that knows money. So if I want to know about fitness, and no shot to physical trainers, because I see a lot of physical trainers and I'm like, how are you training somebody? Like, and I'm not taking no shot at them. I applaud you for taking that burden on, not burden, but that career field on. But when I look, this is my opinion. When I look at somebody as a personal trainer, right? And I am a certified personal trainer, right? But nonetheless, when I look at somebody as a personal trainer, I look at their physique and I'm like, bro, you need a trainer. And I need a trainer too. Like if someone to push me, I'm not perfect. I don't just not need a trainer. Yeah, I need a trainer too, right? But someone that's like not in shape and look like they need a trainer, I'm like, bro, you need a trainer. How are you training somebody? And what kind of where did you learn these exercises? I was watching this podcast, Muscle Discord, and he was interviewing Lee Haney. If you didn't know who Lee Haney was, he's an 8-time Olympian champion. He was before Ronnie Coleman and all that. Y'all can go look him up, Lee Haney. And he said that I don't respect judges to judge a bodybuilding show if they have never stepped on the stage. I'm like, damn, that's heavy. So I can't respect a physical trainer who needs a damn trainer. Not like needs to help him improve, but you look like you need a trainer. You don't need to be doing, you need to get fit first. Then you can probably help somebody out. That's why your clients still look like that. But I digress. If they happy with your output and you helping them get their results, I'm not mad at it. But that's just my observation, and we're all entitled to our own opinions. If not, you can argue with yourself down in the chat. I don't care, but it don't bother me. But excuse me. But that's neither here nor there. I don't want to destroy nobody or make somebody feel like, oh, he thinks he's better than me. No, I don't. Well, I do, but I'm not trying to blast you, right? And I like to keep this kind of channel like a little fun too, because I don't want to be too serious. I don't want people to be like, oh, he's just talking at me. Nah, like we gotta keep it fun, right? Because it's good for what do you call it? For the soul. We say it's good for the soul. All right. So the problem today is that we become addicted to motivation. When I was I write like little key things kind of in my mind, so that way I can be like, okay, so it kind of resonate with my spirit, with my soul, with my mind. It's like, okay, these things are something I should try to stray away from that are very common habits to build. It says the problem is that we have become addicted to motivation. Like my favorite motivational speaker years ago, I used to listen to was Eric Thomas. Look, I put on some Eric Thomas, get me to the gym immediately. I don't really read motivational quotes or anything like that get me motivated. Excuse me. But that Eric Thomas video, man, you put that on back in the day, I'm ready to go. But as soon as I lost I wouldn't say the lust of it, but the adrenaline of that video, my desire to hit the gym went away. It wasn't the same intensity, the same aggression when I was in the gym. And we relied on that. We relied on that addiction or that dopamine to push us to where we should be. But in reality, it's the dopamine that was pushing us, not the motivation. So how do you take that dopamine and align it to your life? You have to establish it around a routine plan, discipline that you build, because like we said, life is going to happen regardless of what goes on. Life is going to happen. A bill going to come up, a tire going to pop, a dryer going to break, a sink going to leak, whatever going to happen. What do you call it? Dentist, hospital visit, family death. You got to spend money to go travel, to go get this, get some kind. But all these things are going to happen. It's going to be in those moments when those distractions, I will call them, happen. Where do your discipline reside? Because I like to say, when I'm training and when I'm getting in my thing, and if I got to go see family, all right, I got to make time out for the gym. Where's the closest gym? I at least got to go. Let me at least go in the morning when no one's up. You gonna go to the gym? Yes, I'll go in the morning when no one's up. Ain't nobody got time to be just sitting around and laying around. And I gotta stay locked in. I don't want to get comfortable and relax in that comfortability, right? All right, so I want to say this last thing because I don't want to keep going on too long, beating a dead horse. So I think we kind of got the point. Locking in or establishing your discipline is going to be the thing to effectively disassemble your comfort. That's just reality of it. For the next 30 days, let's stop negotiating with yourself. When it's time to train, go train. When it's time to work. When it's time to study. When it's time to execute that plan, that diet plan, that meal plan, that training plan, let's execute. No debates, no excuses, no waiting for a motivational song or what do you call that thing? Video. Just put the action together. That's all we got to do. We got to learn to stop making excuses for ourselves to be comfortable. We have to put discipline in place. Let discipline create the results. Let discipline create the freedom in which we seek to have. All right. So without further ado, if you haven't already noticed, I kind of drop a little AI video. Let me lower this down. Oh, that's the lowest to go. I kind of drop a little AI video. So these music videos. So I just want to let y'all know these music videos that I'm doing, it's actually part of an album. I think I may mention it. If I didn't, I may mention it again. It's actually part of an album, part of my BTG album. I am going to launch it. I just have to get some other things in place. I have 12 albums. I definitely may mention 12 albums. And part of these albums, each album is a phase for you to help you lock in for 12 months straight. So when we listen to music, remember, you know how they say you are what you eat? And what you eat is going to give you the results of your physical fitness in your body. Well, what about the things that you listen to? I don't know if you guys ever seen this, but it's a video where a dude put rock and roll on a damn plant and jazz on another plant, and one of them died and one of them flourished. So if you're trying to dial in your physical fitness, but you still listening to Cardi B, WAP, how's that going to help you in the gym? You're not even locked in. You on a whole nother, what they say, a whole nother rhythm. And you supposed to be here. You putting yourself over here. Like, no, like you got to lock into music that's going to allow you to feed your soul to what you're doing. So the songs that I created, it's part of the BTG album. First one is like the phase ones, how to, it's like introduction to fitness, introduction into changing your habits, right? But without further ado, like I said, I'm gonna actually do another. I'm gonna do a episode with all the songs, and then I'm gonna launch and we're gonna do a live. So I'm gonna try, not a live, but like I'm gonna premiere it or whatever have you, and we're actually gonna lock that in. Let me see if I can go to this thing so y'all can hear the album. If you like it, definitely add it on, put it on the thing. And I'm telling you, the first album is like, okay, I see what he's talking about, but that second, look, hey, I ain't gonna hold you. That second album, bang. The third album, go crazy. But it helped me because I listen to it in the gym, and I'm like, man. And then when I'm working out, and it's telling me stay fit, locking the muscle, tighten. I'm like, yeah, this is what I gotta be focused on. I got a coach in my ear. Hey, I'm in your ear. I'm in your speakers. But hold on. I'm going to transition this. All right. So this is the next song.
Yeah. Started as a crack in the armor. Little boy heart in the chaos. Tears on the pillow, no father. Learn how to talk to the silence. Every bruise turned into language. Every loss carved out a lane. Had to learn pressure is a sculptor, shaping the king out of pain. Growth comes from suffering. I bled just to wear this ring. Had to lose what I thought I was, just to rise, just to feel this love. Growth comes from suffering. Every scar taught me how to sing. If it broke me, it built me again. Pain builds kings in the end. Yeah. Bridge the gap, speak to the ones stuck in the crack between then and become. You ain't your worst day, that's a moment, not your whole name. You still chosen. Talk to the kid with the clenched jaw. Talk to the queen with the soft voice. We don't run from the rain here, we let it water the hard soil. Growth comes from suffering. I bled just to wear this ring. Had to lose what I thought I was, just to rise, just to feel this love. Growth comes from suffering. Every scar taught me how to sing. If it broke me, it built me again. Pain builds kings in the end. Pain builds kings.
All right. Yeah, I'm back. Hey, man, that I'm talking about that hit home. It was perfect song for this topic. Let me go back to the title so I can remember. You're not tired. You're undisciplined. Pain builds kings in the end. If you stick to your discipline, that pain is going to build you a king. For you women, possibly a queen, right? If you get to that level, you got to strive for it, though. Those that know. But without further ado, Space Man out.